Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to the Exodus Americanus. If your mind is strong and your heart is pure, join us as we put our shoulders into the boulder of liberty and the eternal struggle against the mountain of tyranny.
We are a band of brothers and native to the soil, fighting for our liberty with treasure, blood, and toil. And when our rights were threatened, the cry rose near and far. Hurrah for the bonny blue flag that bears a single star. Hurrah, hurrah, for Southern rights, hurrah.
Welcome everybody to Exodus Americanus. Sorry it's been almost 2 weeks since we posted last time, but you know, shit happens. But anyways, I'm Stone. With me is Roscoe. How you doing, Roscoe?
So good, man. So good. How are you doing over in your neck of the woods?
Oh man, you know, I had part of the reason we were late this week, I had some travel with work, and then we had, some whiteout conditions. I guess those are the best kind of conditions.
Do you mean whiteout conditions?
I mean the whites.
The whiteout conditions, as Jared Taylor would say.
Some whiteout conditions across the state while I was, states plural, while I was traveling for the Hork. But I have my new mic, my new Yeti, so I think I'm going full shitlord now.
Oh yeah. And I think I can't remember who it is. I think it might be Jazz Hands over on Fash the Nation, or maybe Halberstrand. But one way or the other, you and I have the same mics that they do. I've got the Yeti Snowball, and what have you got?
I just have the Yeti.
The Yeti condenser.
Yeah, the one that's like it's
sweet.
like long. It's like long as my arm. Like it's huge. I don't know. I'm still in awe of it.
Well, it's kind of funny. They say that the greatest consumers of podcasts are people that do podcasts. So when we talk about this feeling of, like we're sort of getting a little bit more legit and a little more legit every episode we do.
And we try.
Yeah, that's one of our goals, though, is to do better every episode.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you're not doing better, then you're doing worse.
Exactly. And this is our first episode where both of us have, like, legit mics.
Yeah, so if my voice doesn't sound like it's, I'm speaking from inside of, like, a bison's anus. I don't know, that's a weird reference. I don't know where that came from. But if my voice sounds a little bit better, a little bit more smoother, it's because I'm not using my Logitech gaming headset to speak.
Yeah, super psyched about the microphones, obviously.
It's awesome. And as soon as I bought the mount from I was waiting on it to go on sale. And I was like, all right, $85 for the Yeti, and then it's like, oh well, people also bought this. You should buy this. So I was like, all right, well, I'll buy the pop filter, which, pop filter's a good thing. And I bought the mount, but the mount doesn't come with the little piece to actually mount the Yeti anymore.
Geez, you didn't get the same arm mount that I did then, right?
I think we got the same brand. You got the newer brand or something like that. Yeah, but apparently they used to include the piece that would hold up the one I have, but they don't do it anymore. So what are you gonna do except bitch to Amazon, and they're like, oh yeah, we'll take it back. Our bad.
Yeah, well. Anyway.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Well, I heard there was a hashtag NRO revolt going on tonight.
Yeah, I mean, that's literally breaking news as we're speaking. So
what happened? Did Jonah Goldberg step in it again?
Yeah. Sorry, that was my that was my pre-production echo for you.
Oh my God! So let me throw something out at our listeners that I might have mentioned on a previous show about the hashtag Republican Civil War.
Yes,
something I've been on the note of ever since Rand Paul even hinted that he might take a shot at the presidency. I knew that there would be a Republican Civil War. Had no idea that the Trumpinator would crank that shit up to 11. I appreciate it.
Sorry, Roscoe. I believe it was 11.5.
11.5. But let me read this glorious tweet from Richard Spencer. I agree with the editors of NRO. Trump will destroy conservatism. That's why he's so great. And they posted a link to the article. I guess this article is what's got everybody losing their get dang minds.
Yeah. Have you clicked on it yet? Have you been there? Have you done that?
How bad is it?
It's bad.
Do I need to like turn off my microphone so I don't get like this massive echo and destroy both of our systems?
No. I think it'll be good.
It says it's by the editors. Does that echo?
I'm sorry. Were you just in a cave?
Did you lose me there for a minute? Roscoe, go towards the light.
Yeah.
Man,
I can't even read this article because my coincidence detector is just going off so bad that.
Oh, geez, you shouldn't have mentioned the coincidence detector,
dude. And I want to say I'm on our website, shameless plug, ExodusAmericanus.com. I'm pretty shameless about putting the ads in, on every blog post, but Jesus Christ, National Review is even more on top of it than I am. like they're buried in the article. It's man, we.
Oh my God! Yeah. Let me read these relateds over here that I just saw. Okay, Trump has one credential, and it appears to be soft. Next, The Trump Show. And the final. Did Trump steal Jeb Bush's policy proposal? Like, really? Like, you guys are going to try to cuck for Jeb Bush. At this point.
Yeah.
At this point in the game.
What is he polling? Like, it's
the
less
margin
than 5.
of error,
it's probably
Mr.
like
Stone.
2. It's like 2.
He is polling the margin of error. That's it.
What I think is hilarious that has come up since our last podcast, which now seems like forever ago because
100 years in podcast time.
Things approximately last millennium, Kasich was polling second in New Hampshire. Did you see that?
Wasn't that just like in one poll?
Yeah, it was one poll, but still. John Kasich. I think we gave him more shit than anybody besides Rubio or Cruz last debate on our live tweets.
Talk about low-hanging fruit. We're bad goyim.
Like,
you belong in a garbage can.
all 3 of those. And not even to mention, like, I like Cruz, but
dude, I found out some shit about Cruz in this last week that I am not a fan of.
Yeah, neither am I. Like, the shit that like Trump doesn't. I don't know if Trump might be responsible for it, but I'm pretty sure it's the Democrats who are digging this stuff up just because they think that they can beat Trump, which is hilarious.
Oh my God. They don't
like they're trying. I think they're trying to denigrate all the other candidates just so they can get a hold of Trump. But Hillary is not. We talked about this in the last episode. Hillary's not even going to make it to the nomination. It's going to be Sanders and then a Biden.
Did we make that official prediction that we think? All right, so I looked into it, and I think Biden has about until May to get his saggy old ass in.
So hopefully, we might not have mentioned this. This might have been afterwards when we were post game in the show. But yeah, they haven't. I think it's like until April or late April or May or early June or something when a candidate can jump in and still be a part of it, which is stupid because they bypass all the primaries.
But that's just DNC shit, right?
Yeah, I think so.
But
the RNC they have nobody that they could bring in.
But here's the thing:
Biden is the only superhero, and the only reason Biden can keep going is if Warren came on board.
Bingo.
Because Sanders isn't going to pick her because Like for some reason, like hardcore socialists and feminists, like they don't seem to get along. Like at least that's my take on it. I don't know if that's
The
just
left always eats their own. Like the more
yeah.
specific identity politics gets, the more cannibalistic it gets. But here's the
It's very strange.
here's the thing that something I sort of realized over the last week or so, and the punto, the president under name and title only. But the punto, he's talked about, when he leaves the Oval Office, he doesn't want to stop, basically wrecking shit, I guess. And he wants that what's that UN position, the Secretary General?
Yeah, but so does he wants that, but so does Bill.
So does Slick Willie. Now, if you're just a basic bitch and you don't know shit about shit, you might think that the Clintons and the Obamas are palsy or friendly. They're not even friendly. Is that a reference you get? Friendly. We're friendly.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I went there. What was it Bill just
I'll
said
be sorry.
like a year or two ago that 8 or 9 years ago he would have been getting us coffee about Obama?
Yep, in 2008,
Yeah,
8 years ago.
uh, oh Jesus Christ, 8 years ago.
Yeah, but that's funny that you said that and that I called it because a lot of the episode guys are guys and gals, I guess. We try to we have our basic topics that we want to go over, and our intro is always unrehearsed. And the fact that I knew exactly where he was going with that, with the Secretary General thing is just.
It's gotten to the point where we don't. There's basically no reason for us to have separate brains. It's getting a little bit unsettling.
It is.
But
Like Roscoe messaged me earlier, and I was like, he said he was gonna go grab some dinner, but he had to go grab some fast food. And I said, you should go grab some Sonic. And he goes, oh man, I would kill for a cherry limeade right now. That's my favorite. I was like, son of a bitch, it's my favorite too. It's it gets really strange when you I guess when you talk about the same things over and over again every day.
well, shit. It's like just the amount of random stuff like that cherry limeade or other random things like that. Like it's just some ridiculous weird synchronicity shit is always going down.
Yeah.
But I'm sure we're consuming a lot of similar media and all that kind of stuff sort of contributes to it.
Yeah, that's true.
But anyway, Clintons and Obamas do not like each other.
Yeah, sorry for that weird sidetrack.
Not at all. Don't care for each other at all. And the thing is, Obama is a hardcore ideologue. He's a different kind of leftist than the Clintons. If you go back and you listen to the 1992 inauguration speech from Clinton, it's pretty friggin' conservative by today's standards. The Clintons are the epitome of a political entrepreneur. You know what I mean?
I haven't heard that, but I get exactly what you're going.
Isn't that an eloquent phrase?
It is.
I'm not sure. I think I lifted the term political entrepreneur from Stefan Molyneux, who
I like
shit.
it.
He has gone full fucking shitlord over the last year or so.
Oh man.
I don't know what happened, man. It's been fun though.
It has. And this is another side note. I just listened to this yesterday. Maybe the day before.
Was the
Probably
untruth
yesterday.
about Trump?
The untruth about Trump I heard, yeah, at the beginning of this week. But that was a really, really good episode. And Stefan Molyneux talks a mile a minute as it is, but this episode you have to snort your Adderalls and just sit in a quiet room and listen to him if you want to catch everything that he says. I don't know how he puts out so much content and so much I don't know what the word for it would be.
Research?
Well, yeah, the research and the I'm drawing a blank on the word I want to use, but the like the intelligence that he puts, like every little, like the, what I'm talking about, like the, like he
Huh.
says stuff and like it plays off of something before it, and
All of his arguments are very well constructed.
yeah, it's that, and then there's something else I'm looking for, and I feel like an idiot now. I
Well,
mean,
there's a consistency in
I,
arguments that he always has.
yeah, but this episode I was talking about is called. Give me 1 second. As soon as my SoundCloud pulls up, it is how the government killed healthcare, and it has Dr. Jeffrey Singer on there, and he's from, well, he works out of Arizona, and basically what he is doing is, going through how the government, even before the Affordable Care Act, was regulating and killing how doctors made a living, and it went from, how a doctor should be, like a patient first kind of person, into somebody who's just another bureaucrat. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Is that a good,
Yeah.
succinct summary? You listen to it.
I listened to the first part of it, and then I got into some other shit. But I'm sure I'll get through it. If I'm off work tomorrow, I'll probably listen to it while I'm just doing stuff around the house.
I mean, it's an hour episode, and it is literally Stefan Molyneux for only 5 minutes of it, probably. Dr. Singer, he just absolutely destroys socialist medicine. And if you don't know, Stefan Molyneux is
freedomainradio.com.
Yeah, freedomainradio.com. He's like either Scottish or Irish, but he like moved to Canada when he was like 10, and so he has a real goofy, like misplaced accent. And
Let me see if I can do it. Welcome to Free Domain Radio. Hope you're doing well.
That's pretty good.
Was it all right?
It was all right.
If I could hear myself in my headphones, I'm pretty sure I could get it down.
Probably. But he speaks really fast, and he has a weird,
Well, he has an accent that when you hear it, you automatically assume that he's 20 IQ points higher than he actually is.
But I can't even talk. Listen to him. He's great, especially if you are, one of our listeners. Obviously, our target audience, I guess, is the pre-TRS people.
Yeah. I don't even look, if you're a TRS listener and you pick up this podcast, it's not necessarily for you. It's for your friend that isn't quite ready to go full fucking shitlord.
Yeah.
I mean, that's who we're aiming for. There's a lot of stuff that you're gonna hear in here that might be a little bit signally as far as our power levels.
Especially the intro. I think
I think we were.
I think we signaled way too hardcore in the intro. After we spent like 2 hours in pregame since it's been so long. We were like, all right,
we got to be good.
We've listened to 2 shows in the meantime. We've listened to 1 Fashion Nation, like 18 Stefan Molyneux. Let's not signal too hard, and immediately.
Yeah, we've had like 14.88 minutes of just full fucking fash.
Yeah, this has been. We haven't even gotten into our first official topic yet. Do we want to jump in there now, or do we want to keep going? We're at 18 minutes.
Let me before we go too much further, I want to give a big shout out to. Trying to think of. The dude has a sock account, and it took me forever to figure out who he actually was because he didn't tell me what his sock account was. He just added me as a friend on there and started fucking messaging me. Thanks, dude. On Facebook, book.
Eventually, listeners, we'll get the audio equipment that we can do edits on the fly.
Oh yeah, but let's call him LeBron. My buddy LeBron was sort of the guy that I had in mind when you and I were concepting our show, and I got some positive feedback from LeBron. I'd like to talk to him a little bit more about the show, but thanks for listening, dude.
Yeah, thanks, guy.
Like
boy.
it's a big motivation to know that somebody that you sort of consider your target demographic is picking up what you're putting down. A positive affirmation, if you will. So
Yeah, I heard. I know we talked about this. I think the last episode or the episode before, about how people said we sound like Bob and Tom, and I hate to bring that up again, but it's such a huge compliment. I think I had somebody else tell me that I know that listened to it. It's like Jesus, that's three people from three different walks of life that are three people who don't even know each other, two on my end and one on yours, and so
well, Bob and
thank
Tom's a
you
pretty big
guys.
cultural phenomenon.
They are.
And I mean, if you turn on Bob and Tom, like on your drive to work or something, it's not often that I ever turn it off. It's always, pretty engaging conversation, even if it's about dumb shit.
Yeah.
I always get so excited when Colts punter Pat McAfee is on there.
Not Pat McAnally, right?
Right, exactly.
Was he just? I think we it was definitely the last episode when we talked about keeping your the importance of maintaining your shit, and we talked about Pat McAnally, and I'm pretty sure he was inducted into like a Hall of Fame like the next day. Somebody's Hall of Fame.
Oh man, speaking
And
of,
I want to look this up. I don't. It just came to my mind.
big shout out for Pete Rose getting into the Cincinnati Hall of Fame.
Oh hell yeah! About damn time.
Like, didn't he always like bet on himself?
Yeah.
Like, if a dude's always
Yeah.
betting on himself, he's gonna be like extra double motivated. Like, why are you guys pissed?
Yeah, but since the white what was it Black Sox scandal, which ironically was the Reds and the White Sox. Um, Baseball's number one rule was don't bet. But you bet on himself. It's not like he was betting on him. He wasn't throwing games as a manager or a player.
Right, that's what
Or a
pisses me
player
off about the
manager.
whole thing. Like,
And as a huge Cincinnati fan, flan. I love my flan.
have you ever bet on yourself in a sporting event?
You have balls of steel.
Well, when I was playing high school basketball, I would often make bets with my dad about like, if I could get a double double, if I could, one particular bet that ended up with me making a complete ass of myself involved me attempting a dunk during a game. I think I told you about that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it was on the last episode or not. It might have been during one of our breaks.
Yeah.
But go ahead, just in case. It's a great story.
Okay, so I was turned into a workout fiend between my sophomore and junior year of high school. Hit a massive growth spurt, and found out that I could just, I was doing so many squats and deadlifts when I went out for basketball practice. Like from the last year, I went from being a guy who could awkwardly maybe hit a layup to a dude that could stand under the goal and basically dunk flat-footed. Had this brilliant idea. Didn't tell my dad that I had discovered that I had this skill. Just told him before a JV game, because I was playing JV.
Of course.
Said, I bet. Said, I bet you I can dunk the basketball during the game. And if I can, you have to buy me dinner tonight from, some drive-through or whatever. Like, by the way, at this point, like I was basically a full-time yard mower. So if I wanted to get drive-through food or something, I was buying it. But so anyway, get this breakaway. And I hadn't played a lot of basketball, it wasn't my first sport. Get this breakaway, and I am tearing ass. And I am going to slam this ball so freaking hard. People had started to sort of fill in the gym, getting ready for the varsity game. And I go up. I've got the ball pulled back. I'm going to tomahawk it. And about the time the ball pulls back past my head, I realize I jumped too soon, and I'm running too fast. and I drive the ball directly into just straight on into the edge of the rim. My body ends up swinging underneath, basically parallel with the floor, and then I drop about 7 or 8 feet straight flat to my back. All the air knocked out of me, almost knocked unconscious, and I bought dinner that night. Valuable lesson learned.
You belong in a garbage can.
I do. But I often bet on
shit.
myself. Like in track, I would bet on myself. And you better believe that I was busting my balls extra double hard if I bet on myself.
Yeah, I would only bet on myself, and I only in high school I only did cross country for varsity, and it's hard. It's not like track or basketball, where it's the exact same thing every time. You can't go and say, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna run my PR on this race," and you get there, it's 90% hills.
Yeah. That's the thing about track. Every week, I'd line up to run the 200 against some of the same guys, but it would be guys that I'd played football or baseball or basketball against or something. So I knew a lot of the guys. And, for me, it was a lot of these dudes had matured into athletes sooner than I had. I'd always been runnish through junior high and elementary. So by the time I, hit my growth spurt, got my gym addiction, one, I have a huge chip on my shoulder. Two, I'm in beast mode shape. And three, I have perfect technique. And four, I cheat a little bit. Basically play to the bounds of the bounds of the echo of the whistle. The greatest compliment anybody ever paid me in sports was someone told my football coach I was playing defensive back. I said, "Coach, I was having trouble there at the end of the game getting receivers to go out there out on that far side against number 14. I was a very physical defensive back." Because if there's nothing going on, and the play was away from us or whatever, and I could get around in front of them, I was going to take a shot.
I didn't like any of that.
No, I'm just kidding. I was waiting for so long to play that one.
Take you for a bitch.
You get out of here, Pinochet. You get out of here, Pinochet.
Put on my little hat.
Ah, god damn it.
Man, this has been a strong
guys.
intro, by the way.
It has. It's been almost half an hour. We haven't even talked about shit. So, but we had one. I'm gonna force this in here just so we can, at least get started with it. Our main topic that we wanted to talk about, and listeners, this is with zero research, so don't get angry. I mean, well, not zero. I think I did half an hour, maybe to an hour. Roscoe did 0.
We have both been busier than one-legged men in ass-kicking competitions. Like, it was after 8. Like, I basically worked a 12-hour day today. Came in, ate, jumped in the shower, threw on the cans, and started coming to work for you guys.
Exactly. I've been traveling all week. I have driven, I think, like 20 hours in the past 4 days.
20 hours?
I had a minimum.
Let me tell you about some driving, dude.
Hey. That's only... I'm just driving in between jobs, and I got to work, 10 hours in between them, so I don't want to hear your, drive.
Dude, I basically drove for 12 hours
Roscoe.
today. Today, I drove for 12 hours. Anyway, moving on. We can measure our penises later.
You want to?
We'll do it in person.
All right.
It means
webcam. You can make it really awkward with webcam.
Oh, jeez. So did we? Oh shit. Oh wait, no. I'm looking at our topic sheet. I was about to jump into something way too soon. But we've got a
Yeah.
format here, people.
We do. Even though we don't stick to it very well, but we have a format. First off, nationalism.
Do I have a good song to play to get everybody pumped up for some nationalism?
I hope. Otherwise, you're just doing massive cock.
So, to get sort of lead us into this topic of nationalism, what I sort of wanted to start out with was some real interesting shit on the Rush Limbaugh show this week.
Yes,
He,
I'm. I mean, we didn't talk about this before, but yes, I know exactly where you're going, and I love it.
man, see, this is awesome. So Rush was talking about how conservatism. Now, I don't think saying conservatism conveys the right message, so to speak. I don't think it's specific enough. So I'm going to steal. I know I've heard TRS use this. I've seen this over at Radix. What is it? Is it GOPE?
Yes.
Basically, what Rush said is that the GOPE message, the GOP establishment brand of conservatism, it's fucking dead, bro. It's gone. It's been passed up by nationalism and a little bit of populism.
It's colder than Hillary's vagina.
Oh, and nationalism has been a dirty word for a long time.
It has, because what has nationalism always been conveyed as?
Like, basic,
Nazism.
Yeah.
You're a Nazi.
ba-
You're a Nazi.
basically any Western nation that shows any like interest in itself, they're a white supremacist, as Ramsey Paul would say.
Fucking Ramsey.
I'd hate to be accused of white supremacy.
Get out!
Jesus Christ.
You belong in a garbage can!
Yeah, that's
I just got a bunch of. Sorry, I just got a bunch of notifications on Twitter about people retweeting stuff from like our last episode. Sweet.
what?
I didn't know we were live.
Well, shit. Who's this Jesse person?
Exactly.
It looks like a robot.
Anyways, what we were trying to talk about is the rise of nationalism on like in the U.S. right now. What's going on right now? You know, with Trump and Fuhrer, and what happened in post World War One Germany. So the Weimar Republic, basically.
Well, I've got something I feel like I should throw out there real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
I guess a concept that we're expecting our readership and listenership to grasp, and if we're picking up new listeners or whatever, I feel like it should go ahead and be mentioned. Our economy is a fucking shit heap. Like all the gains that we've made since the recession started, we've basically lost in the last 2
The
weeks.
State of the Union is a lie.
Yeah, like if this is a surprise to you, Jesus, I don't even know where to tell you to start. Like, send us an email, and like we'll do a Skype, and we'll have a long talk, man. Like, holy shit.
Yep.
But if you just for the sake of argument, if you accept the premise that we are in economically bad shape, I think that's kind of important going forward. And I wasted a minute of podcast to get all that shit spewed out into a semi-coherent thought.
Yeah, and while you're doing that, I am trying to find out the most recent numbers. Like, they say, unemployment, it's only at like 5.3%, Goy. but they
we're
don't.
not even using the same arithmetic or same equations that were used during the Clinton administration for unemployment. Like using Clinton
Uh,
era numbers, we're sitting around 24, 25%.
yeah, they're not calculating in the people who have who have run out of unemployment and who are still looking for, like, the way they calculate unemployment is people who are on unemployment.
People who
So if
qualify
you
for unemployment.
if you've already used up all your unemployment and you still can't find a job, then you have to, you're still looking for a job, but they don't count you in the numbers anymore.
If you aren't getting an
So
unemployment check, the government doesn't consider you unemployed.
no.
Oh my God.
So
Saying that
just
out
because you're
loud just gave me
unemployed,
brain damage.
and probably a lot of cancer.
Oh, oh God.
So when uh, Mr. Barack goes up there in front of the nation and makes a fool of himself and says, "The State of the Union is strong," just know, guys, it's not strong.
It's not strong at all.
It's I don't know if we passed Jimmy Carter levels or if we're getting close, but I would think as of now we've had to, especially since since January 1st, the Dow has lost everything since 2013 or something
Basically,
like that.
3.5
It's
years of gains have just gotten wiped out.
done.
Bye bye now.
It was like one day wiped out like $2 trillion of wealth. And by wealth, we mean wealth,
Yeah, yeah. Derivatives.
something that doesn't exist in the physical realm.
Yeah, like I don't use scare quotes anymore. Like you know what I mean, like the scare quotes.
Yes.
I prefer lots and lots of
I'm just gonna screen cap you going quotes and make that as the header on YouTube.
Or I could do me doing parentheses with my hands,
You need a couple more people on the outside.
right? Need more hands. Jesus Christ, stay focused here, guys.
This has been the most off topic, but most on topic I think we've ever been. You know what I mean?
We've strayed from the path, but we've not strayed far from the path.
Yes.
All right, so
So
we're talking about that good nationalism coming up. Now, I think, gosh diddly darn it, I was gonna like. Can we assume that our listeners have some sort of basic understanding of R and K selection theory?
yeah, I think we
That's the lost episode. That's why I got so frustrated.
yeah, I think that was the last episode.
Oh, I know 100% it was. But if you want to hear some good shit about RK selection theory and you need to touch up on it, once again, go check out Stefan Molyneux on YouTube or freedomainradio.com. But I think what we might be seeing, especially since we're comparing two ethnically similar groups, is I think that what we are seeing is in the reaction to comparing this to what's the dates of Germany that we're shooting for our comparison?
About 1921 until about 1928, 29 ish.
So
30.
it's probably something that might have to think on how we could prove it or whatnot. But this economic downturn and this nationalism might be an expression of a sudden turn towards K selection. A little bit of a sudden in-group preference, if you will.
I like it. I do like it.
Man, that's a big thought that hit me all at once. I was surprised I was
Yeah,
able to get my hands all the way around it.
I like it.
That's why
But anyways, then we go ahead with
tear into it. Yeah, like this is you're gonna
right.
steer the ship
So-
here for a minute.
as you all know, or should know, after the end of World War One, Germany was forced to pay what they call war reparations to Europe, well, the U.S. allies of Europe. 269 billion marks, which was $32 billion. You know, that's a lot of money, whether it's today or 1921.
I think it's worth mentioning that Germany was not the aggressor in that conflict. World War One.
Very true.
They didn't evade anybody. They didn't attack anybody. They fought defensively and still had to pay out the nose for reparations.
The Austro-Hungarian Empire, though, just got
Shrek'd.
balkanized.
Oh, Balfourized.
Literally. But anyways, that was, after the end of World War One. I don't know when. Like I said, we only had literally half an hour to research all this. So if our numbers are a little bit wrong, they're wrong, but they should be pretty close. But in 1921, they lowered the 269 billion to 226 billion, which sounds like a lot, but it's only roughly $1 billion. Go ahead, Roscoe.
What could you have of nothing?
Exactly. And that little decrease is also assuming the same, inflation rate hike, but there wasn't that same inflation rate hike.
No, there was not.
By November 1923, the initial debt payoff would have been, get ready for this, 136 trillion, 200 quintillion dollars. To put that in perspective, that is 130,200 and then add 18 more zeros behind it.
Now,
or to put it in another perspective, every dollar in your pocket would be worth 4.2 trillion marks.
Now, one thing I think is kind of interesting, I've seen quite a bit of, I've sort of pieced this together from a few different places, but it seems like there's a lot of animosity from France and Britain at that time towards how industrious that Germany had become and how much trouble they were having competing with Germany as far as production goes.
And that is skipping ahead 1/2 point.
Oh,
if I may. But what I wanted to do was draw a parallel in between. I don't even know if I had to draw a parallel in between that. Basically, the Germans, the economy was faltering. So what they had to do, well, let me back that up a little bit. The Germans had to pay all this money, and a lot of it wasn't in cash. They would have to ship off all their goods, which were coal and timber and other economic resources besides cash. And eventually, the people, especially the industry workers, were just fuck it, we're gonna stop doing this. And that's what led to the government having to print more dollars. And the more dollars they printed, the less money that the worker got, so the less they would work. And
it spiraled out of control.
It was only like a 1.5 year period, and it went from $1 was 4 marks to $1 was 4.2 trillion bucks in 7 years.
Now, I don't know what exactly got me thinking about this, but you get a little bit past basic bitch history, and you sort of understand that Germany was kind of the last holdout of Renaissance thinking, right?
Yes.
And it makes me wonder if Germany not being atomized through Renaissance thinking so much made them super ready for industrialized labor. Really efficient industrialized labor.
I've never thought of that before. That's a good point.
Man, I literally just thought of that while you were talking about that shit. And that is man, I'm on the ball tonight with big old thoughts and concepts.
You are.
Man.
But going back to that, the parallel I was trying to draw was the United States doing their the QE, the quantitative easing, which
Money printing.
they print more money to satisfy their debts, which is exactly what the Weimar Republic was doing during that time period. So they did that for a few years, and by 1924, they had worked out a payment plan with the U.S. basically. And this was also the time that they got
bullshit.
I don't know.
All right.
To be honest, it could be.
We can figure that out later.
Yeah. I mean, this is going off my basic knowledge of the Weimar Republic and the little bit of research I did before we recorded. But anyways, during 1924, the German economy was improving, and they worked out a payment plan. And their payment plan was basically they borrow the money from the U.S. and they pay off everybody else. And then everybody else uses that money they got from the Germans to pay back off the U.S. for all the debts. Because the U.S. loaned money to everybody during World War I because we had all the money. So, what happens at the end of the 1920s?
Well, is it sad? Would you say it is depressing?
It is. It's a little bit depressing. So, what happens when Germany is borrowing money to pay off their debtors, and the people that they're borrowing money from go into a shithole? Oh, you mean like just last year when the U.S. borrowed all their money from China and China went into a shithole? OMG. What could be happening here?
I want to go ahead and put this out there as well. Everybody else was like losing their shit talking about how, oh, China's going to be the most powerful economy. I don't know why I tried to do Mr. Poopy Butthole from Rick and Morty, but that's what that sounded like in my head.
It did.
But like anybody that was paying like the least bit of attention to China and what they were doing and how they were developing and expanding their markets knew that it was a freaking joke.
Exactly.
Like I've taken like just the most basic bitch of economic courses, and all my other economics knowledge is self-education and observation. And it blows my mind how I'm more right than these assholes that have fucking television shows. Whatever.
China's gonna come collect all our debt.
Yeah, what the fuck are they gonna do? Are they gonna swim over here? They ain't got the boats.
Exactly. A, they don't have a navy. B, if they try to collect our debt, then we're just gonna stop paying them, and what's gonna happen? They can't pay their massively constricted or conscripted army. But that's a different topic. That's
I do want to tell a quick anecdote here. I was sort of talking about this when I was bartending, and somebody told me, I said, well, what are we going to do when China wants to collect all their debts back? And I'm standing there behind the bar, and I looked at the guy and I said, the fuck are they going to do? Swim over here? I couldn't help myself. It just exploded out of me.
Yeah, that. Excuse me. Sorry. They're not going to do shit. But when they do hold all your debt and they go into a economic panic, what happens to your market?
Oh, especially when you've got a holiday, when you've got a Robert E. Lee Day coming up the next week.
Yeah, you have Robert E. Lee Day, and then you have Chinese New Year coming up.
Sounds like somebody's going to try to offload a whole bunch of shit.
OMG. But anyways, I think the next thing I have is the socialist communist eco agenda leads to a movement of nationalism. And my parallel that I drew there was the socialist communist eco agenda leads to a movement of nationalism.
Huh. Imagine that. Heard something interesting that history just repeats itself. It's just the costumes that change.
The brown shirts.
Mm-hmm. It's a lot of pressure for us to have cooler uniforms than the Nazis.
Uh, fuck. I can't even. Who designed it? I can't even.
Hugo Boss.
Hugo Boss. That's who it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't do better than Hugo Boss did.
No. Like, who's going to design ours? Jaden Smith?
If only.
If only.
Maybe look up some super sweet Jaden Smith
tweets. Oh my god, that kid sees the universe in a way that I can not imagine.
I could do all the drugs in the world and never come up with the things that Jaden Smith tweets. Trees are never sad. Look at them every once in a while. They're quite beautiful.
What the hell?
Green, white, and blue make dreams come true.
No.
Just like showing pretty girls a good time, whether I'm physically there or not doesn't matter. And all those words were spelled wrong. And I'm just scrolling through tweets.
And doesn't he like there's no rhyme or reason like when he capitalizes a word?
No.
Like, one of the things I feel like I've gotten masterful at is, like, I hate using, like, abbreviations in my speech, like using the letter for FOR. Like, I hate doing that. And when I get a tweet out that, has, like, one or two characters left and I've used full sentences to form thoughts, I
will get rid of spaces. I will run words together before I get rid of spelling.
Yes. And, like, sometimes I'll type the whole thing out, and then I'll look back over it and see where I can condense, and oh man. I've gotten so good at it. We have jumped our Twitter game, man. Are you still with me?
I am. I'm just looking at something that at Noir Reaction just tweeted that Richard B. Spencer retweeted. It's basically Glenn Beck cucking some Star Wars while cucking his
Reminder, the National Review has this psychopath headlining against Trump. You know what? I'm gonna retweet that.
I am too.
Hashtag.
God damn it. You can't retweet right when I'm retweeting because then it pushed down and then I think I retweeted somebody else.
I didn't retweet yet.
Oh. Well, it updated then.
Wah wah.
Because right when you said that and I went to click, it moved down and I clicked on the picture and it got big and then I don't know.
Well, did we want to go ahead and start segue into our next topic and then take a break after that sort of segue?
Yeah.
Because
are we going to segue now or?
Well, do we?
Well, I actually don't even think we are completely done with that nationalism.
Oh shit,
topic.
That Germany thing. Yeah. Germania, if you will.
So we're jumping ahead to 1928 now. So if you stop paying attention, we went from 1924 to 1928, and the economy is a disaster. Unemployment is at 6 million.
Out of how many?
Which a lot. I mean, a little.
Yeah, I was gonna say, wasn't their population like under 12 million at that point?
No, it's probably higher than that. I mean, what's their population now? Like 100 million?
I don't know. Well, I mean, they got the shit called out of them in World War One, and then they had that weird Jewish.
Yeah, but there's only the fighting population, not the.
Well, still, dude. Then they had that like weird like Jewish communist civil war that killed like 2 million people.
Yeah.
Well, when was that? Like 1918, 1919?
All right, well, there's a big gap between 1900 and 1925, but it went from, like a steady 45%, 50% rise every year. So at 1900, it was about 57.5 million. And in 1925, it was only 62.5 probably. It still increased to the 50s. But this is Wikipedia telling us this, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like there's no way there's real unemployment rates way back in the 40s, though. If you know what I mean. There's probably there used to be people on unemployment, but there's not just like today, I guess. They're not keeping track of the people who are chronically unemployed. But anyways, during this time, this is before, I guess this is before Hitler. 1928, is that before Hitler?
I think that's pre-Hitler.
Yeah, the government goes and buys out all the banks, which is like kind of, 2009 when the U.S. government went and bought out all the banks. And there's an epidemic of, personal bankruptcies where these people can't pay back their loans because, you took out this loan, it's going to be for your house, it's going to be 100,000 francs. And then the next day, it turns around, it's 200,000 francs. And then a year later, it's 3.5 trillion francs. What the fuck are you going to do?
Suck dick for beer money?
Or you can just, put some more regulations in place, like the, Frank Dodd.
That's what I said. All right, so where are we?
Yeah, somewhat on topic, somewhat off topic. Kind of drunk.
Kind of lost in the sauce.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a quick helicopter ride.
I'll take a quick helicopter ride and come back in a few minutes.
Fire away.
Keep the boys and girls all informed.
All right.
All right, guys. We will catch you back in. Sometimes it's 10 seconds, sometimes it's a minute and a half. See you guys on the other side. Welcome back, everybody, to Exodus Americanus. This is the we're gonna do a third part.
The way that we're rolling,
part.
I think we're gonna be able to knock everything out in 2 parts tonight.
There we go. I like it. So, I just want to go right into it.
Well, actually, before we got too far in, before we mentioned anything else, I wanted to talk about good boy points. Now,
we gotta have our good boy points.
Now, also in the interest of honesty, I think it was Gould over at TRS who I first heard making jokes about the good boy points. But since TRS refers to their good boy points as donations, you know what I'm talking about, right? The donations.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have donations. So I want good boy points.
I mean, I'm pretty sure there's a way I can edit the show on our website. It said donation. So I'm pretty sure I could change the font on that to say
good boy points.
Good boy points.
Yeah. So now don't think of your donations to us as money. Think of them as a evaluation of how many good boy points that you think we deserve to buy our tendies with. And by tendies, we mean sweet ass audio equipment.
Yeah, it's not like TRS. We're not buying Mike Enoch a iWatch. Uh, we're just trying to pay for hosting costs. Come on, guys.
And that's a joke, by the way. Like before anybody like goes and is like, "Hey, TRS, these assholes that have like 8 listeners are talking shit about you." Like, we know Mike Enoch isn't using listener fucking donations to buy an iWatch.
Yes.
You bunch of bastards. But it'd be pretty fucking funny if he did.
It would be. When he said it, when I listened to the most recent episode, when he said it, I laughed my ass off.
I did
like,
too.
I was like, I didn't really do that, guys.
It sucks.
Like, all right.
You know, it kind of sucks that we have to, you know, that he had to explain that he was joking. And then we had to explain that he was joking about joking. Or that we were joking about him joking. Or fucking something. But.
Yeah.
Whatever.
That's the nature of the business, I guess.
The business! Oh, man, I pushed that one too hard. I about popped an eyeball out.
You're bleeding from your nose.
Blood coming out of my eyes like Megyn Kelly at that first debate.
And her whatever.
And her whatever.
Oh, Jesus.
Mm.
I need to quit saying that. I'm
Oh.
sorry, guys.
Jesus Christ. I can't make heads or tails out of what our third topic was supposed to be.
I know what our third topic was supposed to be. Our second topic, I think, was supposed to be the alt-right breaking into the mainstream. And that happened with, what's that cuck's name? Like Rick Wilson or something?
Rick Wilson! Well, actually, he doesn't echo, but he is a very good guy.
Yeah.
And you know what? Rick Wilson, you know, he's such a good guy. I think we should reward him with an honorary was it the show?
Huh?
Was that the first helicopter ride of the show?
It might have been.
Oh man,
Does he get the second one, though?
I don't know, but he's got to go. But anyway, so Rick Wilson for some. What? Hit it again. I missed it.
Bye, Felicia.
Yeah,
Bye, Felicia.
maybe they'll get it. I sure as hell don't get that.
Yeah, you don't get that.
No. Anyway, so Rick Wilson, for some reason, like, I don't understand why he decided to just go hardcore after these people. Like, he said the alt-right was what? A bunch of man children that masturbate to anime?
Yeah.
Like,
Single man children.
yeah. So I told my dad, like, hey, Dad, I got bad news. You're according to Rick Wilson, a GOP strategist, you are childless and you masturbate to Japanese cartoons. You know,
And he probably wanted to fight him, didn't he?
no, well, my dad laughed and he said, "Well, I didn't know that about myself."
Even better.
See, and the thing is, my dad is he's a hardworking guy. He's not super politically plugged in like we are, but he's a smart guy. And he sees a guy like Rick Wilson, and he laughs at him. Like he sees a guy like George Will, Crowdhammer. He laughs at these guys, and he fucking loves Trump. Why is that?
Dude, well, hold up. Give me holy shit. I'm going to retweet this towards you real quick about Rick Wilson. Sorry to throw us all off topic, but here we go with Rick Wilson just tweeted out 45 minutes ago Trump's NYC voting record.
Nice. What do we got? I like it.
So if any of our listeners want to, say, "Oh, Glenn Beck said he was a He was a Democrat from way back when. Now you can go back to 1989, and Trump is ballot type Republican down the fucking. Well, there's a B and an A in there, and then ballot type. I don't know what that means, but voter type R all the way down.
So, like, Rick Wilson is arguing for Trump, I guess.
I don't know anymore.
Like, does he know? Like, so anyway, like for some reason, he decided to go after the alt-right, which also includes those crazy bastards over at Poll, over on 4chan and 8chan. Like,
yeah, they're not gonna have fun with him.
they're not gonna be easy or gentle with him. Like, dear God, man, why? Why did you decide to try to fist fight the fire ant swarm?
Does he know that he's on the like the losing end and just trying, like, he's on the sinking ship and just trying to get out his last hurrah?
Well, no, I think he is
that
so
what it is?
detached and so far away that he doesn't realize like how many people, like, the cuckiness of the Republicans and the open, anti-United States and anti-native population of the Democrat Party, like, they have created a sizable demographic of people who are ready to fucking bleed for Trump. And Rick Wilson does not realize that. He doesn't see it. He can't even conceive of it. Dude is lost.
Yeah, I'm looking through his tweets right now, and he is man. Oh, like every other tweet is hashtag LOL nothing matters. But besides that, he is
The
like,
alt-right.
he looks like a Bernie Sanders cuck all up and down. I mean,
he looks like he's got some fetal alcohol syndrome going on. First off, look at those beady fucking eyes.
and yeah, besides beady, I would say narrow.
Yeah, his head just don't look shaped right there, boys. Something ain't right with his cranial proportions. Rick. But if you look at his recent tweets, it's like the alt-right fucking trolled him so hard he can no longer form coherent thoughts.
Dude, did you see like 2 or 3 days ago when it might have been a poll on 8chan that were just sending his wife massive amounts of pizzas. And she tweeted out, she's like, "Oh, well, if you're going to send us many pizzas, you got to, confirm the address or phone number." But they still send it. Like, do you know how many pizzas you have to get before you have to get on Twitter and say, "Hey, guys, I didn't order these"?
Oh, my God. Like, I don't think Rick Wilson realizes how the battleground has shifted. Like, he is...
No, he is part of the GOPE, and he has no idea that he is not relevant anymore.
No, like, he can't even conceive of how to fight these people.
Yo, go away, we don't care.
Right, like, you can tell us we're racist or whatever you want, dude. Ain't gonna stop us. Aren't going away just because we don't have your approval there, buddy. Good old Rick Wilson. F that guy. If you want to see something real funny, check the Exo Americanus Twitter account, and you can see him dressed up as a Jedi. Dude wants to make fun of us for being nerds, and he's decked out in Jedi cosplay.
That's Glenn Beck, not well, I guess you can see both.
Yeah, dude. Remember I tweeted out that picture of Rick Wilson and freaking Jedi attire.
If you want to see some people cuck to some corporations, then we have Rick Wilson dressed as a Jedi holding a little is he holding a little black baby in that one?
So here's a question. Do you think him and Glenn, like, they take turns, like, one of them will dress up as Slave Leia once in a while?
And the other one just plugs the other with a lightsaber.
I was gonna say, Glenn would make a pretty good Jabba.
Where he's always I I had some grand old idea about that, but
Well, he's dude's not a Christian for starters,
yeah,
and
he's a ex-Mormon Jew.
it's something weird, but he purports to be a Christian.
It's like real weird.
Yeah, but the dude acts like he's some kind of Christian, and he's not.
Yeah, he acts like he's some evangelical who supports Mike Huckabee and Rick Santorum, but no, guy's an ex-Mormon.
Junkie.
Yeah, ex-Mormon, probably still junkie.
Dude, F Glenn Beck. You know what Glenn Beck needs? He needs to think on a higher level. He needs to confer with the brain trust.
Yes.
Can you draw at all? Can you sketch?
No.
All right, well, I'm going to try to talk to somebody into drawing up a picture of the brain trust that we can put on the Exo Americanus Twitter.
I mean, if it's gotta be like a rough sketch, then yeah, I can do it. I can draw in 3D vaguely.
All right, yeah. Do that, and we'll get him to go off of that.
Okay.
So,
But if you want something like animated, like if you want somebody else on the alt right to start masturbating to my animations,
the put,
then you're gonna need somebody else.
you know, like, I realize if I'm on poll that, yes, 4chan and 8chan were born out of anime image boards, but it's so weird for me to be in a board of political discussion and these weirdos start posting all these, like, 3-paragraph responses with anime avatars.
Oh, did I just do a racism?
Wait, did I?
No, I was just waiting so long to fucking play that one.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh shit.
I'm sure we've done some good racisms in this so far, though.
I'm sure.
Oh, man. By the way, you know, I hate to interrupt the flow of the podcast, but I feel really good about this podcast.
I know, right? I mean, I know we like, I think the last episode we posted was like the 11th, and it's the, well, now it's the 22nd.
Wow.
Well, we started on the 21st. So 10 days. 10 days is a long time when, you know, you and I have been harping about, all right, Roscoe, we need to just pound out some content. And then, you know, shit happens.
Oh, God. Sometimes life happens at full speed.
And sometimes, you know, sometimes I'm just volunteering too much down at the women's shelter, and sometimes I'm dropping off my woman at the women's shelter because
Soup is not a meal, Vera.
Oh, man, you beat me to it. I don't think I have that one loaded. So, you've probably noticed, loyal fans, that our drops sound better, our microphones sound better. Everything should just sound much better this episode.
yeah. So thank you for those who have been clicking on the ads and that kind of thing.
And helping
And
us
as soon as
get
we
our
get some,
good
you know,
boy points.
yeah, as soon as we get some big good boy points, we'll be
Mixers and shit, homie.
I wasn't gonna say that was you know, excuse me. We'll bring your fake name or whatever clever name, your real name if you want, up on the podcast. So if
Yeah, like, you know, that's something I do want to get. You know, I want fucking listener interaction, man.
exactly,
You know, comment.
we want to
Comment on our Twitter. Comment on the SoundCloud. Comment on our webpage. Send us an email.
and I'm pretty sure our next show is going to have
Should have a
I don't know if
guest.
he wants to, yeah, I don't know if he wants us to mention his Twitter name. I don't know why he wouldn't, but out of respect, we'll just not mention it. But yeah, we're gonna have an extra special guest on this.
Dude, smart
And I
as
think
a
our
whip.
next, oh, Hell yeah. And our next episode, I think, is gonna be like a. It's gonna be a lot more in depth than anything we've gone over thus far. I think it's gonna be a nice.
It's going to be a lot less topical as far as
Yeah,
current
it's gonna.
events. We're going to get
And I
into
think
some
what we're gonna
deep
talk
shit.
about is a lot of anarcho-capitalism. So, if you guys want to get yourself prepared, listen to a lot of old
Old
Stefan
Freedom A
Molyneux
radio.
stuff. Yeah,
But it's going to be fun. Like, there's a lot of...
it is.
And, like, on the alt-right, you're going to find a lot of fellow journeymen who have gone through those ANCAPy phases and those real libertarian phases. And,
Exactly.
really, I feel like I'm just at the point where that doesn't really matter to me. I want to bring back my granddad's America, so to speak.
Make America great again.
There we go. Oh, man.
Hashtag.
Hashtags.
I should have trademarked that last year.
Oh,
Damn it.
How excited are you going to be when Trump gets to tell all these assholes that they're fired? How good's it going to be?
Do I have an audio drop for this? I have this one.
Bye, Felicia.
I can't fucking wait to tell all these people.
Bye, Felicia.
I can't wait.
Like Loretta Lynch?
Bye, Felicia.
Oh, man. Who else?
Oh no, Loretta Lynch, I have a better one for.
Did you like the timing of that when I dropped there on it?
I did. I did. That was perfect, dude.
Oh, man. We're getting so good at this shit.
So, yes. I know, right? Not only are we getting better equipment. Thank you, fans.
Getting better
We're
software.
also we're figuring out our software shit, and also we are segueing into our next topic, which is primary predictions.
But Trump wins everything.
Yep.
I mean, didn't Reuters basically stop doing their 5-day rolling polls because they got tired of predicting every day? Yes, Trump is still kicking the shit out of everyone.
Yep. And after Fash America and what?
Fash the Nation.
Fash
If
Nation.
it's Sunday,
Yeah, they start,
it's Fash the Nation.
it didn't come out till Monday. Or maybe it did come out Sunday, but guess what came out on Tuesday? The Reuters 5-day rolling poll again. Did you not notice that?
I didn't.
They mentioned that on there, but they stopped doing it, and then on Tuesday. Welcome back, Reuters 5-day rolling poll. Man,
It's good stuff.
I'm getting kind of drunk.
What are you going to do?
Drink more.
Should I send out a tweet to Jazz Hands and Halberstrand?
Might as well.
Oh, yeah, here it goes.
Include 7 Sun on that if you can.
Well, it's particularly about Fash the Nation.
Yeah, okay.
There we go.
In the meantime, while you hear Roscoe typing,
Clackety, 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 clack.
I think you hear mine more because I have a mechanical keyboard, and I'm sure every time in the background you just hear.
Typing's so angry.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Trump came in second in the Iowa and the Hawkeye Cockeye. But how far ahead is he in New Hampshire right now? It's
I think it's like 15 or 20, and then in South Carolina, I think everybody's single digits besides him.
yeah. So, and one thing I think is interesting, a lot of people are already expecting Cruz to win Iowa, right?
Yeah, but that was before the debate, and Man, he is he should just dodge the birther issue completely.
He
But
should have dodged
had
the
to-
Trump completely.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He should have dodged that because I know he's a very smart guy, but how did he not see that coming?
He thought he was a bad enough dude to take on Trump.
And no, but we talked about this even before. This is back in one of our earlier episodes when we were saying all Cruz has to do is just not anger Trump, and they would get through it, and he would be his running mate.
He could
right?
be his running mate. He could be a justice. He could get. He can run again. You know, if Trump played his cards right, he could have ensured 16 years of Republican dominance in the White House.
Yes.
Thanks, Cruz. You greedy asshole.
Because Trump never brought up the birther issue. It was Hillary's campaign. Again, they were the ones who brought up.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say,
rocks.
didn't they bring up the punto, the president under name and title only? They're the ones who brought up his birther shit. Oh man, good old Hill Dog. Good old Hill Dog, always good for a laugh.
Yep.
Every
Hill Dog and Yeb.
God, what a
If you guys want to listen to if you want to listen to one of our funnier episodes, I think go back and listen to Hill Dog and Yeb.
It's so funny that, you know, the amount of disdain that we hold those two in. It's pretty hilarious.
I think what's even more funny is the amount of disdain Yeb holds the American populace in. I think that they would actually vote for him.
Well, we know he said that he could win the GOP nomination without the base. That was his plan from the get-go, was to win the nomination without the base. Like, doesn't that piss you off? It pisses me off.
It pisses me off, but I don't take him seriously.
No, nobody takes Yep seriously. I mean, he sure doesn't look like his wife takes him seriously. Oh,
No, it looks like she slept with El Chapo a dozen times.
El Guapo. I mean, when a lot of people's only exposure to Yeb is this recent stuff. Old boy used to look like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Now he just looks like a deflated Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Now he just looks like a deflated Stay Puft Marshmallow Man who watched his wife get fucked in front of the nation.
He looks like a big old bag of shit. That's what you look like, Jeb Bush. A big old bag of shit.
Wait, who?
Yeb?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Sorry. I just want to be super extra double clear on what I thought about Yeb Bush.
What a tool. Anyways, yeah. If you guys want to listen to us go off on Hill Dog and Yeb, it's episode 5. It's definitely not episode 3 without a title.
Yeah, we don't even give a care in Hill Dog and Yeb. Oh man. So have you got your Make America Great Again hat?
No.
Now this is talking about Make America Great Again hats. I wanna sort of relay you just a really interesting conversation that I had. I recently.
I just want to interject, but I'm very disappointed that my nobody. I told multiple people that I wanted a hat. I got 0 hats.
I put it on my
0
Amazon
hats.
wish list, sent the Amazon wish list to the in-laws, and I got a hat. But so you remember that picture I sent you last night of a certain NFL quarterback with a certain hat and a certain locker? Tom Brady apparently has a Make America Great Again hat in his locker at Gillette Stadium.
You know, don't ask me a question if you're going to immediately answer it.
Well, you seem pretty drunk, so I just figured instead of leading it or asking you a leading question, I would just. You son of a bitch. But do you know when that picture's from?
When? No, I do not.
Yeah, like, I mean, if we're just seeing it, sort of would think it's a recent picture, right?
Oh no,
Shit's from,
I wouldn't.
well, what, the last month or so, maybe? Like, the shit is, like, from the very beginning of the season, before the very first game was played.
Yeah, because there was a. I remember he wore a hat into an interview. I think. And they're like, "Oh, are you a Trump fan? Oh my God, you can't be a good quarterback if you're a Trump fan. OMG, you must be racist. No wonder you throw the Gronkowski all the time, or Edelman, or Amendola, or
LaFell? Wait. Sorry.
wait, are
Mark?
you racist? You only throw to white receivers?
Yeah. Or he's a racist.
Are they the only ones who can run your complex routes?
Nah, dude, he only throws to white wide receivers and black running backs. Since Danny Woodhead's gone, at least. But you would think in our age of media that Tom Brady would have been dragged like a dog through the streets for those kind of views, right? Especially in the far left ESPN area.
Oh, we can only hope.
Well, I mean, that's what you'd expect, but one, they can't not cover Tom Brady, right? Like, what are they going to do? Not cover the Super Bowl? Like, they can't ice Tom Brady out of coverage.
That was a terrible idea.
Another beer? You
No,
you shouldn't have done.
to crack it right in front of the mic, and it got everywhere.
You dumb bastard. So
This is worse than the time the raccoon got in the copier. I really wish I had the not American Dad, Anchorman
drop for that.
audio drop. Yeah.
But why do you think that we didn't see just a huge profligation and flagellation of Brady in the media for being a Trump supporter? This is another rhetorical question, by the way.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Because if a guy like Brady is allowed to think those kind of thoughts, who else, Mr. Stone, is going to be allowed to think those kind of thoughts? Lots and lots of people.
Yeah, I can't say it.
Well, you wanted to, and that's what counts.
We've done it way too often tonight. Well, I've done it way too often tonight, and I don't want to.
Right? I feel like I've been on better behavior than you on that front.
I know. I've been terrible today, and I apologize,
It's what happens.
boys and girls.
But that's sort of like that's the reason that I wanted to mention, the Trump and the Brady thing. It's not a new connection, but I think it's so interesting for him not to be excoriated for that hat, for saying Trump is a friend and that he likes Trump. But if they report Brady liking Trump, all they're doing is helping us move the Overton window over, right?
Yep. Well, does Everton window move over or up and down? I'm always confused.
Moves to the right if we're doing it correctly.
And a cat in the background.
She's just so happy to see me, Mr. Stone.
that was perfect timing.
Like you,
That was perfect timing.
yeah. Like usually around this time of night, I'm trying to sleep, and she's doing this. The joys of pet ownership. And I think what I was just talking about sort of ties back into the alt-right breaching containment. And I think the alt-right breaching containment is a byproduct of Trump shifting the Overton window to make our views a little bit more acceptable and a little bit more palatable.
That's fair enough. I completely understand that.
Yeah. So I've got another topic written on here. Can't read what it says.
Is it encryption?
Encryption, that is what it is.
Nailed it.
Man.
That's because that's the last thing I have left too.
Oh.
Anyways, New York State made it illegal to sell any device which is encrypted. And California, if they haven't passed it already, I think they're taking it up. Where you can't sell an encrypted device, which means that you encrypt your cell phone and then you delete it and you go to sell it to somebody else. Like say I want to sell my old cell phone to Roscoe because he's too poor to buy one. Because you guys haven't given us enough good boy points.
So we could get a new Samsung Note. Get our new our tendies.
It'd be illegal for me to sell him something, something private. Think of a good argument there, Roscoe, where I couldn't sell you a good.
I'm a pretty damn free market guy, and the idea that the government has any say on an exchange that you and I want to partake in just don't sit well with me, man. Don't sit well with me at all. Like I understand paying my taxes and paying into the commons and shit, but there's a line, man. There's a line.
So,
but
man, I have a really good point, and I don't want to fuck this up. So keep talking.
Well, the thing that I wanted to say is like, why are they doing this encryption? Like, is it because they're all scared of the terrorists and stuff? Like,
what do you mean? The anti-encryption?
Well, yeah. Like, why are they wanting to outlaw encryption? Like to fight ISIS or some dumb shit? Because ISIS isn't using encrypted networks. You disingenuous fucks. They're using the PlayStation network, all kinds of dumb shit. I don't know what you're trying to tell me, bro. Keep on keeping on. Is that what you need me to do?
Keep on keeping on.
All right. So, yeah, like they're going after us, and they're not wanting us to be able to use encryption or be able to keep data away from them. And they're justifying to me, the idea of them just being able to outlaw encryption and for us to have no way to keep our personal effects personal, it's horrifying, with the way that the law can be arbitrarily enforced, that anybody can be made into a criminal. All it takes, is a little bit of, what do they call that? Parallel construction.
And you know what? That's a good point, and we should probably just hold that encryption topic towards the next episode. What do you think?
I think it's a big dog to tackle tonight. We've already got an hour and a half, if not more.
Yeah, probably. So, anyways, guys, thank you for listening to Exodus Americanus. Roscoe, got any last words?
Yeah, we're getting pretty active on Twitter. Got the Exo Americanus account. Got the Roscoe Snakebite Jones account. Just look for Roscoe Jones, Exodus Americanus. Look for Mr. Stone. You can find us.
Yeah. It's at Mr. Stone XO. It's somebody already had Mr. Stone apparently, so I had to go with the generic one. I apologize. But anyways, Goyams.
And and Shiskas, if we have any Shiskas listening.
Exactly. And Donald Trump Anitas.
What's that little lady who busts everybody's balls for him?
Ann Coulter?
No, that little sort of dark complected girl.
Oh man, what is her name?
Had that bullet necklace on.
Yeah, give me 1 second.
It's like a race.
Yeah.
Katrina Pearson?
Yes.
I didn't even
her name?
I didn't even look it up, but I think I'm pretty sure that's it. Katrina Pearson. Yep. Damn, I'm good.
You are good.
My cute girl or my attractive woman recall is just phenomenal.
It's better than mine. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
And you know how it is. I do enjoy the ladies.
He does. And so do I. But
Right? Not everyone on the alt-right is super gay.
yeah, we don't all get off on anime porn, just
Most of us.
pretty much 0 people I know on the alt-right.
Anyway, so yeah, I think that wraps it up for us.
Thank you all for listening. This has been Exodus Americanus. Visit us at www.exodusamericanus.com, soundcloud.com/ExodusAmericanus.
Just go to exodusamericanus.com.
Or just Google Exodus Americanus. We're on YouTube now. There's no videos. It's just, our SoundClouds with some images.
We all over this bitch.
All over it. But anyways, Roscoe, I think we talked about everything but one thing tonight, and
Snowpocalypse.
And also Snowpocalypse. So, no, but we're gonna podcast whether there's the internets, the outside internets. We'll have the internal internets. I'm pretty sure.
We can work it out. If we get a snow day, I think we should do a special edition Snowpocalypse podcast.
Oh man, I don't know if I can drink enough.
Shit, man, you sound like you drank enough tonight. Heyo. No, I'm just giving you a hard time.
I don't have my shots up anymore. Oh, you got me.
Faster on the draw.
All right, guys. Thank you all for listening. We appreciate it. We are Exodus Americanus. I'm Stone. He's Roscoe. Check us out next time. Bye-bye.
Gon' give it to ya, he gon' give it to ya, X gon' give it to ya, he gon' give it to ya. First we gonna rock, then we gonna fall, then we let it pop, don't let it go. Come on, X gon' give it to ya.